Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Confidently Sensitive. My name is Jane and I'm doing a video series on being confidently sensitive in this world that we live in at the moment, and about helping other people that are sensitives and empaths, being able to guide them through being a lot more confident in being a sensitive being and a sensitive soul. Thank you very much for joining me for another episode. In this episode, because it's the 9th of August, which is Women's Day, and it's airing today, I'm going to be talking about the divine feminine and how we can pull in on our divine femininity in bringing out a beautiful, soft strongness into the world. I'll also be talking a little bit about goddesses and how they can help us, and I'll be touching on the Yin and Yang energy. So for the first part, we're going to be talking about Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. I've got the ones by Doreen Virtue. Old. I've had them since I was a teenager. And what I do on a weekly basis is I shuffle the cards. And before I do anything, I close my eyes and I invite in Archangel Michael, who's my favorite angel, and he comes through and covers me in blue, beautiful light, and I invite him in and I shuffle the cards. Then what I do is I go through every single card and I touch every single card. You get your energy onto each card, going through the whole deck. And they're beautiful. It's nice, strong cards with the golden outline. And as I say, you just go through every card and you get your energy on. Then on the surface, what I normally do is I do a half circle. So you open it like that. And then I guide my hand over until I get a strong pull towards one of the cards. And I take that card out. And I pull out a card. And this card that I've got today is Bast. She's come through quite a bit for me in the past, and it's your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. It's lovely because it's got that little bit at the bottom there, and nothing could be closer to the truth for me. She's coming up. Wow, it's so cool when things like this happen. Yeah, she's coming through. And Egypt is also, I definitely in one of my past lives I had Egypt quite strong. And it's a nice deck because you've got a little book here that also talks about where the card, what it means, what things you should look out for. So for example, let's look up what Bast means, and maybe she can come through for anybody here that's listening now. Like the cat, you're fiercely independent, yet you also need affection and playful companions. Now is the time to balance your social interactions with solitude. While you may ask others for their opinions, ultimately you must make your own decisions. Your freedom and independence are top priorities, so ensure that these characteristics are nurtured. Various meanings of this card: spend time alone, give yourself permission to play, ask for your needs to be met, make your own decision, work with cats, pay attention to your pet feline or get a new cat. Unfortunately, I can't. I have an Einstein who is a bull terrier and he likes to be the only pet child. But listening to those energies, and that comes through very, 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 very fiercely. Wow, I've still got goosebumps from it because I can feel her energy come through. It's absolutely amazing. And I've been feeling this feeling in my left ear as well. It's a bit of like an ache, and I think that I've got my guides coming through that are trying to communicate to me, and I'm just slowly but surely opening up and opening up and opening up. I've also been feeling the need. So on Monday as well, I was driving in my car and I just heard this message that I must look out for the letter J, because my name starts with J. Look out for the letter J, and that means that the guides and angels are around me. And I had this knowing. It was more of a clear cognizance. I think that is exactly what my strong, clear knowing is. And I drove up the road, and it was just, there was a letter J that was painted on the side rail. And I couldn't believe it. And then later on that afternoon, I was listening to one of the podcasts that I listened to, and I looked up, and in front of me there was a registration number with the letter JM. And I looked up at the car, and the car was a Duke with a J. And then I looked at the car in front of it, and there was another registration with the letter J. All these signs and all these things that come through was just, oh. And then I was in the middle of town, and I was sitting on the roof in the middle of Joburg town, and I was having a cup of tea and just thinking about life in general. And I was thinking as well about the communication and about how to access my higher beings, and how can I get my guides to speak to me a little bit more clearly, so that or maybe they are speaking clearly, but I'm just not understanding them. And I was just pondering a lot about this. And the next thing, this beautiful white feather came down and landed on the table right next to me. It was so... Oh, I promise you, I just got goosebumps. I looked up into the sky, and there was no one, there was no bird, there was nothing there, but I could feel that I was loved, I am loved, and I could feel that I'm not alone, and that I've got my team that is there for me, that I can draw on, and that I can lean on when I need to. I'm sorry. I just felt the need that I needed to share that, and this ache in my ear's gone. Wow. So yes, so I take my cards, and then I think about what that means for me, and what that's coming through for the week and the week ahead, and how I can draw on the energies. And normally also, I'm a Sagittarius rising, so I like to go and read up about this and learn that and explore new things. And so I go and I read up more about what that goddess is. If you don't have any goddess cards, you can always go onto a Google site and get a couple of goddesses, or maybe just write some down in your journal, write a couple of names down like just all jumbled up on a piece of paper, and you can close your eyes and you can just put your finger down, and you'll land on a goddess. And that is your team, your higher team, coming through and telling you, not telling you what to do, but giving you a message that is there for you for the now, and guiding and helping and loving. Never, ever, ever telling you what to do. You've got your own free choice, and that is exactly, you are on this earth, and free choice is the ultimate. You get to choose. No one can tell you what to do. The second part of this video, I'm a bit, just gotta take a deep breath, sorry guys, is about the angels. As you all know by now, Archangel Michael is my favorite angel, and he's just got a most beautiful blue light that comes through, and I can just hear trumpets and classical music like when he's around. And it just, before I get in the car to drive anywhere, I always invite him in. And even though this is about divine feminine, what I want to highlight to everybody is that we need the yin and we need the yang. Without the light being cast onto us, we wouldn't be able to have a shadow. And without the shadow, we wouldn't be able to appreciate the light. Without winter, we wouldn't be able to enjoy the summer with that much zest. The yin energy is more grounded. It's a darker, not darker as in dense, just more of the yang is light. Yin is that dark part in that circle that's got that black and white with the two. I'll put it up at the end. Yin energy is wavering energy. Yang energy is more direct. It's masculine. It's the world that we've been living in for centuries. I think things are changing though. I think we've got more of a yin energy coming through, where we are more flexible, where we are more passive in other people's ways of thinking. You're not as aggressive. Yin is about ice. Yang is about fire. Yin is receptive. Yang is creative. Yin is hidden. Yang is obvious. But I think especially in dealing with divine feminine, we need to know that without the one we can't have or appreciate the other. Everything in life is about balance, and we need to have good balance in order to thrive. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Oh yes, and then Mother Earth, the great Yin Yang energy. People call it Mother Earth, but I think that there definitely is. You can see the balance with the creative, the receptive, the fire, the ice, the active, the passive, the day, the night, the moon, the sun. Everything has got its opposites, and you need to have all of that to create life and to be in a happy, healthy, positive place of being. And then lastly, I'd like to talk about being soft strong, which is soft the yin, strong the yang, and how you're able to be a strong person, and you are. It's possible. You're able to be a strong person while you are a softie. So the most important thing about that is having boundaries, being able to say no when you need to, and filling yourself up with love, gratitude, joy, all of those positive, high frequency emotions. Fill yourself up with all of those, and then you'll be able to let that out, and you'll be able to attract what you want in your life based on your frequency, because your frequency will attract that frequency. So the more exercises that you do to fill yourself with love, fill yourself with joy, fill yourself with gratitude, fill yourself with happiness, fill yourself with love, light, the more you fill yourself with that, the more you'll be able to put that out into the world, and the more you'll be able to attract that same kind of frequency. And you'll be able to be that soft, strong person in the people that you deal with. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And you need to get onto a greater vibration and a higher frequency by the way that you act and the way that you pull and what you do and how you say things. And as I say, that's how you'll be able to be that soft, strong in this masculine, very, very masculine world that we live in. Thank you very much for listening to another episode of Confidently Sensitive. And I do appreciate you guys being here very, very much. Please will you put any comments that you have down at the bottom, and I'll get back to you on them. You could also contact me at info@darma.co.za if you'd like to speak to me directly. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to have any of these going forward, because you'll get a little bell that says, we've got another episode for you. Thank you very much for being here, guys. With love, light, and gratitude.